everybody, this is Triple B. We're out here today. We're going to be shooting this beauty right here. This is the Century Arms BFT AK-47 Veteran Edition. This is a 7.62 by 3.9 and we're going to be test firing it today for the first time at the range. Let's see how it does. And while we're getting ready to go, we'd like to give a big shout out to JD Armament today for supplying us with the weapons and the ammo today, also the loaded Gunny. This gun's for you guys. That's good and warm. Smells like freedom. If there's any doubt about the power of a AK-47, that's 3/8 inch steel. Hello everybody and welcome to Triple B again. As you can see, we have the Century box here today. We want to thank JB Armament and all for their donations for allowing us to start this channel and to move forward with this channel. We also want to thank the Loaded Gunny for providing the ammunition for this video, and we're going to continue on. So we had this baby right here. Took it out to the range. We did a 500 round test, and I want to go over some of the results that we had. The gun performed very, very well. Only had one misfire that happened, one malfunction. We don't know if that was from ammo or if it was from the magazine, but it didn't feed right. It crushed the round inside, and it was on the Tull ammo, and it was out of the US Palm magazine. Ooh, that ain't good. This gun right here was a joy to fire. Had multiple people fire it, test it. We went through 500 rounds. Again, we would really like to thank the Loaded Gunny for being able to provide that so that we were able to test this firearm from JB Armament. I'm going to go through a couple of the features, a couple of things that we found that we liked, and a couple of things we didn't like. So we'll go over that right now. Had a couple issues that I wanted to go over with that. With the Palm magazine, I found a couple of things that were really interesting that I like. I like the thickness of it. I like the durability of the magazine. The spring's real tight in it. Was really fun and easy to grab hold of, especially with this ribbing on the back. It made being able to get the mag in and out very easy. The only thing that I found that I did not care for was when you go to add your loader onto it, it's too wide for the loader to actually grab down into it, so you have to load this one by hand, unless somebody in comments is able to tell me a better way to do that. I ended up going through and hand loading it. We did fire several types of ammo. We fired the Bellum ammo, and we fired the Norma tactical ammo, and then again the Tull ammo. With that, like I said, we had one where the shell got crimped, and it did not feed right, and it was not set right, so we ended up taking that out. tested. Alright, it's back. Triple B with JD here, going over some of the ammo we had out at the range and how we had it fare and function. We had the Bellum over here on the far right here, and then in the center we had the Tull ammo, which was the steel cased, and then we went over here to the Norma, and this was another brass cased here. All these here shot very well, except for this one right here. We only had one misfeed. It ended up catching and almost double feeding up into the front of the AK. We don't know if it was a magazine issue or if there was something with this, but this little piece right here got all crimped up. Functionality wise, they all functioned very well. This is the Bellum. This one seemed to be at the top in speed and also on impact, and generally one of the better rounds. We like this a lot. We want to thank the Loaded Gunny again for providing this for us to keep our channel going. Again, this is the only one that we had, but we don't know if it was a magazine or if it was a weapon or if it was something with the round. But this is the only one that we had to go with any issue, and that was inside the Palm magazine for the BFT. The rest of the ammo worked very, very well. We had no other issues. We went through 500 rounds of it. This is about what we have left. Had a really great time out at the range. And again, on any of these, we would use it. But for me, I would prefer probably this right here. This one seemed to load the best and shoot the best. If it was up to me, with a very, very, very close second over here with the Norma Tactical. This stuff was just really nice to shoot as well. They were very close. And everything that they did, and also in accuracy. We did have a little bit of inaccuracy with this one. Once we got out past 50 yards, we noticed a little bit more of a dip in the ammo compared to these two. But this is nothing to shrug at. This was some pretty good stuff still. Again, we only had one out of 500. And that was a case crimping that happened on one of these rounds, and we're not sure why. We couldn't get it to replicate it. We shot a bunch more ammo out of it and didn't have any other issues, so we don't know. It was just one of those things that sometimes happen, and that's just the way it is out at the range. That's why we always have to be safe. You never know what's going to happen. So we just want to thank again our sponsors. Thank everybody for liking this channel, and if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe now, as we're going to continue to grow and have a bunch more new weapons to review. And then we're going to go into some of the bigger things that people might become interested in, like AK-47 versus the AR-15, or we're going to go into what's better, a Glock or a 1911. Look forward to seeing what people have to say about stuff like that. Also, again, want to say thank you to Shooter Lube. This is what we trust here. Very great stuff for all of our weapon needs. And this is the second stage right here. Great stuff. This is what I use personally on all of my weapons. And just have a good old time. A lot of people ask, well, why do you do this? Well, I'm ex-military. And I do like the fact that it's made in the USA. I did 8.5 years in the Army before injury forced me out. But this stuff right here, made in America, and it's just really great for the firearms. Never had an issue with it. Works great, goes on great, cleans up great. But other than that, I hope to talk to you soon. Welcome back to Triple B. Here we are going over a couple things again with the BFT-47. We did put 500 rounds through it of all different types of ammo. We were able to use, of course, the Bellum ammo and also the Tull ammo. And then we were finishing it up with the Norma Tactical ammo. Had a great time out at the range. Like I said, we did 500 rounds through it, and then we tore it down to see if there was anything that could be seen that was any type of error or complication with the weapon. We did use shooter lube to clean down everything, and getting ready to reassemble the firearm again. Wanted to go over a couple things with it. First off, the furniture on this weapon is fantastic, of course, for the veteran edition with the Joshua Paletta foundation. What a great foundation to go with. If you look down, you notice the red on all the furniture with that is just amazing. Grip is a little small, but again, that's an AK-47 for you. Did come to the back. It does have the ribbing on the back. However, I did notice when shooting it that it did have a little bit of slide with it, but that's to be expected. It was a great weapon to shoot. We had a great time out at the range firing it, and we're going to put it back together again and function check it and see how things go. Again, all the stuff we get does come from JB Armament and the Loaded Gunny. You can see them on jbarmament.com for all of your firearm needs. Here we go. We're getting ready to put this back together, but real quick, I did want to bring this part up. The BFT stands for Bulge Front Try-On, and that's where this front area has all been reinforced to give the AK-47 platform even more strength in this front area. This turned out to be just a joy to shoot. We're really glad for JB Armament allowing us the opportunity to take these firearms out and shoot them. And also, when you get a moment, hit like and subscribe on here so we can continue to do videos like this as we get ready to put this back together again. And as a lot of people know, when you do try to put these back together again, a lot of times, especially on this front gas tube section here, you sometimes need to use a wrench to get it put back into place, or a pair of pliers, something to get it put down in there like that. And then what we're going to do is we slide this, we put our bolt back in. And you want to make sure you line up this little piece right here so that it actually goes down into the track. That's kind of where you want it when you're putting all this back in. We can add just a touch more of the little shooter's lube right here. Make sure it glides in there nice and easily. This stuff is really, really great. Oh, I got a little too much. That's okay. We just get ourselves a rag and we wipe it down. There we go. Don't need too much of this stuff. This stuff works very, very, very well. So you don't need a lot of it. And I just happened to push a little bit too much in there. And this happens to be a whole lot of fun to put back together. Big gas piston. I mean, just a really, really big gas piston. This thing is a whole lot of fun to get set into place and get everything back in there. That's this. Alright. So we're trying to get all this back in here. Ooh. See, this is what happens when you do it on camera. You try to get everything working right, and it just... Oh, let's see here. We don't try to hide any of this in filming and all. We want everybody to see that this happens to everybody. When you do stuff like this, wow, it looks great. For everything else, we like to show it on this channel as being, you know, just what it is. There we go. Get that back in there. Trying to keep this on the camera here and trying to do this. This is something new for me, so it's a learning experience for all of us. trying to keep it on the camera and get everything put into place all at the same time. This is what we call a whole lot of fun. So, all right. There we go, finally. Sorry about that. That took a minute to get it all back on there. Things are a little tight even with only having 500 rounds through it. This sometimes happens. But we finally get it there. It sometimes just takes a minute. But we were finally able to get it together. We can function check it. Everything seems to be back operational and doing well. Again, this gun performed very, very, very well. The only thing we had with it was the one misfeed, and it was from the toll ammo, and it got kind of crushed up here and messed up the cartridge up here in the top when it was feeding. So we don't know if that was from this magazine. It was the Palm magazine. We had it with 20 rounds in it, and it mess fed on about shot number 5 is when it happened. And we were able to clear it and able to get it back to fire with no other issues. It performed really, really well. Again, we really appreciate our sponsors helping us out and allow us to do videos like this. And we really, really enjoy being able to bring all this to you and the public. So we're going to put this to the side now. After we've done this, we're going to go back, and when we hit 1,000 rounds on this, we are going to do, we'll say 1,000 or 1,200 rounds through this. We're going to do a comparison to an Anderson AR-15. So we are going to do a AR-15 by AK-47 or BFT-47. And we will bring that to you so you can see what y'all think. In the meantime, upcoming on one of our next videos, we will be bringing something special out. We really enjoy this thing right here. It is a Ruger Alaskan in 454. Really amazing, amazing firearm. Lot of fun here. Of course, you always have it pointed in the safe direction like I do right now. But this was just so that you can get the wording on the front. This is an amazing, amazing firearm. Does fire in 45 long Colt and 454. And we're going to put probably about 250 rounds through it and let you know exactly what we think of it. This will be one of our upcoming reviews. This ought to be a lot of fun. We will be firing several kinds of ammo through it. We'll be firing some Hornady and some custom loads that were brought to us by the loaded Gunny. So we're really excited about that. And we'll be setting that up and hope to see you soon on the channel some more. And from Triple B, we want to say thank you and look forward to you subscribing and becoming a part of this channel. Talk to you soon.